Hello physical fiends, it is Jordan here with another Worth of Purchase where I play a game for a short amount of time to see if I would buy it myself. Today I'm taking a look at Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile on Nintendo Switch. It will also be available on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. But, as this is Physical Paradise, the game does have a physical release, which I will detail later in the video, but links are down below in the description and pinned comment if you want to make a purchase. So, this is one of a handful of Agatha Christie stories handled by Microids. Most of them have been decently well received by adventure mystery fans. I have not played any of them, this is the first one for me. And yeah, I am surprised at how well put together this is. At best, I expected mid-effort, inoffensive, buying it for your mum on Mother's Day sort of release. Probably some kind of hidden object game. But no, a real decent effort has gone into bringing Agatha Christie's words out of the page and into your video game console. Now, outside of watching a few David Suchet episodes when I was off sick from school and I had to stay at my nan's, and also lying in a job interview at Waterstones about my favourite authors, I'm not hugely into the stories, but I do like adventure games. I like mysteries, and this has satisfied me a lot so far. I've only played a couple of hours, but I do like it. The story is set in the 70s, which adds a unique flair to the game, and Poirot and Jane are two protagonists that are investigating two conundrums that will collide together. Making use of Poirot's detective skills, you interrogate people, you eavesdrop, and solve puzzles to find the solutions. The game does this extremely well. Not flawlessly, there is a bit of old school Phoenix Wright problems where it sometimes expects you to leap into the unknown with an answer, but on the whole, it guided me enough to feel clever without treating me like an idiot. Now, there are 3 difficulty levels. There is the idiot level if you need it, but I decided on the middle difficulty for my playthrough. The mind map for this is very nicely done. You can also fill in character profiles via the knowledge you have gained from conversations and open up new options by answering some of the puzzles within the mind map. I like it a lot. And also, what I really do like is, at the end of the chapter, you do a reconstruction filling in where people were at each minute in the timeline and what they were doing. I am not showing you much because I don't want to spoil everything, but I thought that was pretty ace. Very well handled. In order to extend the story, they have had to get creative and take some liberties. Now there are extra story segments, some of them supposedly after the main story is finished, which I'll be interested to see, but they also throw in some bigger puzzles every now and again, like fixing a jukebox or putting suitcases in a car. Some of them are way more extravagant than you'd think they would be. And as interesting as they can be from a puzzle design perspective, they can also grind the investigation to a halt, like you half forget why you even did the puzzle in the first place. But overall, it seems like a well-designed game. The puzzles are good, the detective work is interesting, and the production value is acceptable for this type of game. On the Switch, there is the classic Microids jank. You'd think they'd have learned how to program for the console after almost a decade at this point, but at least it doesn't get in the way for this type of game. I have not had the chance to play it on Switch 2, but I would imagine that most of that would be smoothed out. The voice acting is great, and so is the music, and the writing seems pretty sweet as well. It just would be nice if the characters didn't show up like 6 months later in Cairo wearing the exact same outfit as when you met them in a London nightclub. Like, come on, a change of clothes would not go amiss. I know this is extremely common in every single video game to not change outfits, but there's something extra ridiculous about it here due to the time and situation. It's nitpicking, I know. Now, the physical release for this is a little bit complicated, so pay attention. In North America, there is a standard physical release on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5. In Europe, it is slightly different because in addition to Switch and PS5, there is also an Xbox Series X release too, and it's not in a standard edition. All of the early editions there come in a mini limited edition. This comes with a boat ticket for the Nile cruise, not a real cruise. You get a small art book and a digital soundtrack. If you want to purchase any of these, you can do so via the links below for both the North American editions and the UK editions for UK viewers, and any purchase made helps support me in the best way possible, and I do thank you ever so much. And if you found that info useful and you like physical video games, then don't forget to subscribe. I try to be as useful for you as possible, so make use of me. I will give you my physical knowledge. It'll be the best thing you do today, I promise. So would I buy this myself? Well, I'd certainly consider buying the standard edition in North America. I think the price there is fair enough, whereas the forced limited edition in the UK is too pricey in comparison. If there was a 25 quid standard edition, that would be fair cop. I think the game is good. I like the detective work. It flows well, aside from some of the bigger puzzles that can grind the narrative to a halt. But I think adventure game fans of the Telltale games or Broken Sword will love this. It's not an all-time classic, but enough to satisfy. Will you be buying it? Did you buy the previous Agatha Christie games? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you want to buy it physically, then please do so with some of the links in the description and pinned comment. And most of all, have a fantastic day. Take care.
Tim, be a bit more grateful, can't you? They have their uses.